What's up? We're here. Well,
sorta, almost.
Kinda.
In 300 feet, turn left onto East 24th Street, CS 1757.
Owensboro, we're in ya.
Owensboro, Kentucky. Head to the
Head
auction
west on
house.
East 25th Street toward Davies
That's
Street.
like the name of the place.
In 1,000
Auction
feet,
house.
turn right onto Frederica Street.
The auction house. Here we come.
So just got a message from our host. They're there waiting for us. Hopefully we get there and they're good.
At the light, turn right
Stay
onto
in line.
Frederica Street, then turn left
Have to
onto
turn
Hill
this off
Avenue.
right away on you guys.
I'm gonna glance at Owensboro.
Turn left onto Hill Avenue, then turn right.
Yeah, keep it like that. Nope, I missed that first one, didn't I? It's right back there. I just saw
Just missed it.
So we're gonna go pull in here real quick.
Head east, then turn
And
right.
This is called Victory House. We're gonna turn around in their drive.
What's up, Victory?
I don't know what that means, but
Turn left, then turn. You have arrived.
Well, not really.
stop there. There's the station I told you was right next to it.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's,
They said pull up. Yep,
the
red
auction
truck.
house.
They said a red truck would be there. Pull up in the drive by the patio. They said. That must be him sitting right out there.
I'll flip this around to us, just in case he doesn't want to be filmed.
Correct. So. No. Good.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Tyler.
Tyler, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Our third party, Matt, he will be here tonight.
Okay. There's the boss.
Your boss.
Wayne, how are you doing?
Hey, boss. I'm Tyler.
All right, nice to meet you.
Great to meet
We got
you.
one more. He'll be here about 7:30.
Okay.
He thinks he'll be here sooner than that because he drives 90 miles an hour.
Okay.
So maybe he will.
I told the neighbor that y'all be up here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because he keeps an eye on everything, so.
yeah, that's great.
We're filming live right now. If
Okay.
you're good with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay, so what do you want to know about first?
Just I guess give us the tour. Tell us whatever you want to tell us about it, and
Here's your king room.
We've got things happening here also, but this is where we kind of gather at when we do our stuff and we set our equipment up and stuff like that.
Like I said, you can.
Very nice.
yeah.
There's the Wi-Fi password
Okay.
in case you need that or something. I know sometimes it makes it more convenient.
I do have a portable that I bring with us,
Yeah.
but sometimes it acts
Yeah.
up. So if it acts up,
And if you do it in this room right here, it's great. But there's a router right there.
okay. That's always good to know where that's at. 'Cause that will set off devices.
Yes.
Yeah, it
So
Yeah.
yeah. Like if I walk through here and that goes off crazy, I'll be like, no, it's probably that.
does. Yeah, it's that one there. And
Yeah.
then, let's see. Let's go this way first.
This is Grace's decorating.
Then when y'all come in and out, like when y'all are staying, like not, like one where you're going out the store.
Go in and
This
out
one
right
here?
here.
Okay.
Yeah, just lock the screen door, and then there's a padlock you can just set on it. That way nobody can bother you or whatever.
Okay. That's cool. There's a construction guy who lives right next to a site they're doing back in Indy, and he's got this in his front yard.
We
And
got
it's
one of our
a,
front yard been there 5 years.
construction vest on
Oh.
top of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Then on Halloween we have that one.
That's cool.
We have another one and the Farno and the werewolf. All
That's
in our front yard,
awesome.
along with a herd. It takes Grace about 30 days or so for Halloween decoration. That's how long it takes her to put it out.
I believe it.
Well, we just bought a 14 by 28 building just so we can store Halloween and try to walk in our garage.
That's awesome.
That's
Here's
great.
the bathroom right here.
Halloween's my favorite.
Oh yes.
perfume smells. People got touched in here, and then we get a lot of stuff on the recorders in here. Yeah, that's just a doll. She'll go off like if it's something goes past her.
She
Yeah.
is laughing.
This bottle's been moved before. This door's open. This is a door that we get shadows on sometimes because I have a camera right there.
Okay.
And then sometimes you'll see a black shadow, and it'll come from over around that chair. It comes this way.
Okay.
We call it.
This was our first experience when before we even
moving in.
knew anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were moving a dresser out of this room right here, and I was taking the mirror off on the back side of Grace right there, and we heard this door close and the shadow go through.
Well,
Right there.
so
That was our first
we thought
experience.
somebody came in.
Yeah, we thought somebody was
Of
here.
course,
Set of
yeah.
keys, you know.
And I'm thinking, what the hell? I mean, because you could hear it. And I said, what in the hell? So Grace looks at I said, the shadow go through.
Yeah.
And then he goes off sometimes, just periodically. Usually around 3 o'clock in the morning. That feels
Yeah.
like it's about the time he goes off.
Oh, yeah?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a friend of ours, well, my niece, called and
It's a
said
little
that.
dark right now.
Anyway, she is a substitute teacher. Well, actually a teacher now. And during the summer, they have a summer program to feed kids that don't get to eat. So they go out and they feed them. And she called and said that she seen this. And she stopped and told the lady, and we went and bought it. But when we were there, I seen this mirror, and I was like, oh, I like
Yeah.
that mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And so the lady said, yeah. And then he was like, this has been in a fire. And finally she was like, yeah, it had been. And then she tells the story that the man that bought it was wanted to be buried in it. But he burnt up before he could actually use it.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
And that was in the same house.
Yeah, so we bought that.
Is that like on a sensor or anything where it'll go off? Or-
Yeah.
You have to, honestly, there's no
Dwayne
sense
said you
there.
had to touch it.
You have to touch it.
Oh.
He came here one day trying to scare us and stuck it in there, thinking that I was scared when I came up here one day. And had the lid closed on it, didn't he?
Yeah, but he goes off. I mean,
He's
we got a
around.
camera right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell Matt about that and let it that
Okay.
There you
scare
go.
the crap out of him.
But yeah, that has no sense. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We're all for that.
So you can go in and out when y'all leave. And here's
Yeah.
the key. Here's the key right here that locks it.
Okay.
So you just
Okay.
take that
One
with
key
you.
does both the devil and that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we had a team here one night. The guy couldn't get around like the other people. So he spent time in here and he said someone knocked on this door. This door goes to our storage room.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah. he
Someone
says-
knocked on that.
Should not be knocking.
Yeah.
That he heard the jiggle.
Yeah.
But there's a table if you aren't here and you want to pull it out and set your equipment on it.
Okay.
There's water in this.
I do bring a fold-out table with me just
Okay.
because you never know, so it's just
Yeah.
easier to have a fold-out.
There's water in here and there's coffee pot microwave.
But
Okay.
there's a table in there. There's a table in the loft.
You can
there's
move
a table-
anything you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good. Whatever you want to do.
The only thing you'll hear during the night, every once in a while, you hear a pump going. So you ain't heard it
Okay.
yet, but you will.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Right there.
It's in the basement.
Right.
So
So
that's,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I always hear mine at my house.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't mind hearing it. That means it's working.
That's exactly right.
That's music to my ears.
Oh, the light. I guess I'm gonna show you the light in there.
Yeah.
The light for this room is right.
This room here has no
It's
heater
right
area.
here.
Okay.
This room,
Right,
now
turn
I
it
got
off
heat,
and on.
of course. I got
Okay.
that right there, and you can heat it
I'll
up.
leave it off you
But
want
right
to.
now, you're not going to probably need
Nice.
whatever. Anyway, dude,
It's nice.
the
That's
door
good.
right here, you shut
That's the door
that,
that
and the
opens.
other part right there, you have heat and air and all that.
Okay. Okay.
This is the door that opens. And when she sent you a video of the door opening.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we always thought is there was never a door there.
Yeah.
When I do the auction, this is my bathroom for the auction.
Okay.
So I shut
We
this
built
door.
those bathrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I shut the door so
Keep
the
people
people
out.
from the auction
Venture in here.
can't, go in here, go there when they go to the
Which
bathroom.
was the white door that was opening? I
Um,
saw a few of the videos with the brown door, and then there was
That's
a
this
white
one right
door.
here.
Oh, that's in the team room.
Yeah,
Rough
that's
day.
the team room right there.
Yeah, that'd be the team room door. It did that the other night
Yeah.
also.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have it halfway shut or whatever, you'll shut it, and then sometimes it'll open and then shut back on you.
Okay.
But this is the one that opens.
This one here goes 2 clicks and opens up.
That's the one that we put in. that
So we put a
keeps-
camera on one side, we put a
Yeah.
camera on this side right here,
Heck yeah.
and we just wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it done it before. Grace would came through. She said, "David, I'm coming through here, and my hands are full. Could you open the door?"
But he didn't open it at that time. But he
No.
would open it like right after the door would open.
I mean,
And
it
then
was
one
just-
of our teammates was up here one day and he said, "Okay, yeah, he can shut it, but can you open it?"
No,
I mean,
he
he said you can open it, but can you shut it? And like the next night it slammed.
So it's slammed.
And we got it on video.
I
I mean,
want it to do that for me.
it slammed.
But the reason we thought this door right here was because there never was one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I put that up, I thought,
maybe that's why they messed with
Which
it.
it took probably a year before it ever opened.
Oh, wow.
we came up here and we said, damn, that damn door's open.
So we thought maybe one of us forgot to shut it,
Sure.
and so we put cameras on it, and then that's how we figured it out.
And always 2 clicks. You hear it, tick, tick, then it opens up.
I'll have to listen for that.
And then the basement's right here. We've had activity in the basement and the steps. Down in here, so that's the basement.
There's your another bathroom in here. There's a shower.
But yeah, we've had stuff going on down here.
I put the ball to the side over there so you don't step on it when you come down.
Okay. Got Todd to your right on the stairs.
Okay.
How about the pump coming on and you know it's working? Well, when we first came here, my first time ever coming here, the water was up to here.
Somebody forgot to turn the pump off.
If
I mean,
you-
plug the pump.
Yeah, they unplugged the pump because they were pissed off. And this is the reason it doesn't have
Yeah, the light
heat
condition
there.
there.
This is where the water was.
Holy cow. Yeah, say that would do that in for sure.
And I just put that chair there, that way if you have the lights off, you don't hear
I'll have
it.
to tell Matt about that because Matt's a heating and air guy.
There you go.
So I'll have to let him know that.
Yeah, there you go.
Because he'll look at that. Everywhere we go, he's always like,
Oh, he can do
looking at it,
anything,
so
There you go.
anything he wants to look
You
at.
see the restaurant.
Yeah,
That's what the water table was at.
He'll get a kick out
And
of
I
it.
just do this one right here. I just unscrew a little bit.
Okay.
There's no one on that side. But that other one was controlled by the switch.
But I'll tell you a story about David. But David's the one that had a jewelry store here, but not here. He was upstairs. And then my grandson one day said he saw, we were coming up to put cameras down the basements, and I was like, where do you want to put one first? Henry was like 3 at the time. And he was like, let's go to the basement. So I come, which at that time was his camera over there. So as we were coming down through here, he took off. He didn't want to come down here. So he went down to I'll show you later where he ran to. And I come on down here and come down the steps, and when I got over there and put the camera, my leg was wet. And I was like, what? So I rolled up my pant leg, and I had blood running down my leg.
Whoa.
Now, I don't know where it came from, because there's nowhere I could get scratched. Well, so whenever we go back down there, he went to get pizza. And then my other grandson was like 8 at the time. He was sitting at the table waiting. And Henry kept saying all he seen was a neck. No eyes, no nose, a neck. So we didn't put 2 and 2 together until like a couple weeks later. We thought, David. See, David was shot. He said he blew his head off or someone murdered
Or
him.
someone did it.
Mhm.
Yeah, in Tennessee. So we got all the clippings up there.
Wow.
But Henry
And so then
said,
we thought-
Henry
It's a
said,
jewelry.
right here at that door.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, Papa, I don't see no eyes, no neck. I don't see eyes, nose, mouth, or no. All I seen, Papa, was a neck.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
creepy.
he never talked. We don't talk to him.
Then I'm
about
thinking,
ghosts.
hell, from a 3-year-old kid, I'm in.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then we had a group down here the other day, and they got a lot of stuff on all this box. It was going
Yes.
crazy down here.
Yeah.
It was talking, nonstop.
Yeah, we do overnight, and of course, investigation, and we do, I don't want to call them obvious hunts, where they come in here,
They
and
don't have-
and
they don't have
they
equipment.
get $25 for 4 hours,
Yeah.
and we'll get about 10 of them. They'll use all of our equipment, and they just come in there and have a good time.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, a lot of them don't have equipment, and this, that, and the other. And we do a lot of them like that because it was great.
Yeah.
That is
But hey,
great.
that's what keeps the paranormal group rotating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Let's hope these bells go off.
Well, all right.
And the lights in the basement's right here.
Okay.
I won't bother it. I'll leave it where it's at.
And you can turn the bathroom light on the inside right there.
Okay.
Or you can turn that one on if you want.
Oh, okay.
If you want a different look inside there,
Sure.
it'll be tan and shit like that. You turn that light on.
Okay. Yeah. That's important to know.
This light here controls all these lights here, so when you do that, it'll turn them all off.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So I'll leave it on. You can do whatever you want.
This is the room right here.
This is David's room.
Okay.
This is where we were up here last night because we did a podcast. And after we were done, one of the guys sitting here laid on the bed, and that's when he got touched. And we got actually posted
Last
on-
night? You
Yeah,
got touched
posted on
last
Facebook. Yeah, huh?
Perfect.
He was laying down in the bed. We were watching on security cameras.
He was laying down and
Yeah,
something
he
touched
was laying
you.
on his back.
Guess
I
what
got
we're
it
going
on
to
my-
try
I got
to
it
do?
on my-
Correct.
I got it on my
And
page.
there was an orb that come right out of here
touched
right to his leg, and left his leg, and went back to there right there. And when it came off his leg, he said, something touched my left leg.
Oh, he said, guys, did y'all see
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
And he said, something just touched me. Like,
And that oil came out of there and got on him. They went there and went straight back.
That's a
anyway, it's
Wow.
on my page.
That's a great.
Nice.
And then the other night, the lady that was sitting here got touched.
Yeah.
So she
Okay.
got up and moved. And then we had a group here about a year ago, Grimm guys. I don't know if y'all know them or not.
You know the Grimm brothers?
You do not.
Okay. They're from the Rough Ranger area, I think, somewhere.
Two guys, and that's all they do. They go together and they do a lot of.
There are cards in there. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, one of them was sitting here and one of them was in there. This is a storage room now.
You're more
Okay.
welcome to go
But
in
yeah,
there.
you
and
can pull the curtains back, go in here. But one of them was sitting in here. There's just a bunch of junk in here.
Okay.
And when he was in here back here filming that guy sitting there. And when he did, the guy said he got touched.
Yeah.
And it's all on camera too.
Oh, is that the door?
Yes, that's the door to the other side.
Something knocked on?
Yes.
That's pretty wild.
We just have storage in here like paper towels and.
Maybe whatever's touching people in here came in here and knocked on that door.
Here's our theory behind the door and
Open the
stuff.
fish's back and
The guy had the jewelry store here.
yeah, this is his
Well, you
safe.
turn around right there, look at that mirror right there. See that
Mhm.
mirror?
Yeah.
Well, that's a two-way mirror.
Oh.
is it? Okay.
So you can
Cool.
only stay right there.
Oh, there we go.
So
That's
that guy
pretty cool.
was a jewelry guy. So he would watch out there,
Yeah.
and something happened. He'd lock the door, go through there, go to the door, go to the side, and go out.
We were told
That was
this
our
by,
theory.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
told this by a lady that runs McLean County.
That makes sense though, being a jeweler. That
Oh,
you have
yeah.
a mirror like that.
So anyway,
There's all this
she,
stuff on him right
her,
here.
Okay.
her mother
Read that
and her
later.
brother come to the guy
Yeah,
for
where
jewelry
it
and
is.
stuff.
Yep.
So she knew all about it. She knew his name. She said, "Timmy, let me go to the library and let me pull stuff up for you." So she brought us all this to us.
Yeah.
That's great.
She made it as big as she could get it blowed up.
Yeah.
So.
She said, "Some of Timmy's made for guys to read."
But this
Well,
was
that's the
his,
best I
this
got.
was his safe.
Yeah, that's the
Okay, that belonged to him.
Yep, that
Perfect.
is. Yep. And then somebody painted something on it. We didn't. It was here when we got here, so we hadn't done
Okay.
anything with it. And then we have a music box sometimes that goes off sitting up there. We didn't know what it was for a long time, and it sat there for
okay.
like 2 years. And it actually went off today when we were
Yeah,
waiting
when
for
I was
y'all
today
to
while I
come.
was in here.
Yeah.
Well, we was in that room right there. We
It was on the
we
couch.
was talking about something with Dwayne.
No, we were. I don't know what we're talking about, but it come on.
Yeah. Anyway, you could hear it from in there, and that right there you have to wind. But for some reason,
wow.
it will.
But it's been up there
Go
for
off on its own.
probably 2 years, and it never went off
Yeah.
until I don't know about 6-7 months ago.
Wow.
Our first time went off might not have been that long ago. Yeah, I collect all kind of weird stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like that stuff. It's cool.
Hey, we go to a lot of places
Here's the
that
light switch for this room right here.
they have no electricity, they have no water, they have no
this is
nothing.
Nothing,
do
And
yeah.
I think to myself,
And then the light right here, right here.
Yeah.
I just can see people going to a place like that with y'all do it.
We do it. Yeah,
Hey, we done the same thing.
We
I'm
do
doing 8, 9
it.
hours. I'm thinking, I'm going to abandon the warehouse in the middle of nowhere.
Screw it. Why not?
Hey, just in case.
Yeah, there's a light switch. You pull the light switch up if you want that light switch. That's where it's sitting there. We usually do S's method.
We do the S's method.
Oh, yep.
Now, Dwayne, or one of our other group guys, we was doing the S's method, and Grace was standing right here.
But this is a good little area.
I was in there asking the
There's
question,
something I feel about
and
that.
Dwayne was like on that step.
Yeah.
Truly does.
After about 10 minutes,
I
I
feel
went
like somebody was
Right
in your face. He said, "Oh,
yeah.
hell."
Walk in and out of that room.
So he was on the step when they done it though. But it was he said, it was pretty neat.
Well, that girl the other night that was here,
Yeah.
she got sick of that. Well, she got
She got
I-
nauseated.
Yeah, nauseated. But Julie did. I don't know why I said Debbie, but Julie did that time also.
Yeah.
Tyler, you feel it?
Oh, yeah. It's got its own.
It's got a different feeling in that room.
Here was our
And that room back there
right
also. You need to walk in that room back there. I didn't take you on that room walk. I forgot about that one.
Oh yeah. You Grace is a little special. I'll put it that way. How about that?
Who's Grace?
When it comes to
Okay.
feeling, he
Oh.
calls me Grace. Yeah.
So she does a lot of dreaming, a lot of premonitions, a lot of this. And her theory on that is kids were abused here, and that was the time. Oh,
And this room here, come here and see how you feel.
That's
about
very
it.
possible.
that's
See how you feel about this
that's what
room?
she always gets.
I have a
I
question.
feel like it's got that weird feeling.
Well, it's kind of.
It's got a different vibe.
My
Yeah.
husband's like me. When he comes up here, he has not been able to make himself go in this room in here. And I have feelings about this room too.
Well, this is the one you said, the shadow.
Yeah. Because why did they cut the floor down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see, this room here, I gotta film this room too.
Oh man.
My cousin wanted to come in here, that's as far as he'll go, and he's like,
I'm gonna tell you a funny story about something. You see this chair right here?
There's something in this room.
yeah.
I do auctions,
You
of
can feel it
course.
wherever. I don't know where it's at.
And I cleaned out an estate for a lady. That man had a settee and another chair just like that right there. I had the whole ensemble.
You get a lot of meter activity around that chair.
And this chair right here was the one he sat in.
His name was Charles.
And they were going to throw that out. They sold the rest of it.
Because she said it was worn. And
It
I'm
was
like,
worn out.
But he sat in it, and I think he died.
Yeah.
And she
I
said,
ain't too damn sure he didn't die in that chair.
take it to the dump. And I'm like, I can't take his chair to the dump. So I brought it
There you
here.
go.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're sitting there in the doorway right there, and Dwayne said, "I'm gonna tell you one thing. Dwayne has long hair down to his ass."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna tell you one thing. Boy, it sure is one ugly chair." And I'm looking at Dwayne while he's talking. Hey, something grabbed his hair, pulled it back, and janked it like that
he
right
went,
there.
He went out. That's
I
Do
his
it.
house.
Damn.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched his hair do it.
There's like a static feeling right here.
Oh, there's a heaviness in this room.
I don't know
my
if you'll
cousin
feel
won't
like
even
that.
walk in here.
I feel like a static feeling right
But
here.
that right there
That's
was
weird.
that was that guy's
Very
favorite
weird.
chair. Rest of that furniture look immaculate, except for that
But
chair.
you get meter
It
activity right
changes.
here. It
It
does.
does, doesn't it?
It,
You can feel it.
feel the change.
Yeah.
But my cousin won't come in here. If he was here today, he'd be like, no.
We will definitely do session in here.
But yeah.
Whether they're solos or what, we're gonna.
Now here's our thing.
We'll just stick Matt in here and close the door.
There you go. That's the bed.
Yeah, that's when the shadow came.
Yeah.
Right through
And we ain't
there.
too sure if that Charles guy or
Sure.
you don't know, But there's a lot of things in here that come from estates. I can put it to you that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now whether or not it is, you see them canes over there. That's Grace's favorite.
I collect canes.
It's canes.
Okay.
So that's the last thing somebody depended on and used
Absolutely.
before they passed away. So we have about 150 canes at home. We got some up here. So hey,
But see, I get a feeling about this floor. I always felt like something was buried under the floor. Because why would you cut the floor down? That's just
one
my
time we had
feeling.
pictures up
It's
here,
different.
and it's level.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, you had pictures of it being level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I found them online one time.
So probably before they did those windows, that was level.
And
So it
these
was
dolls
level
right here,
above the windows.
But the windows
One
always
in the
been
pink
there.
and that one in the
Somebody
blue?
told me
Yep.
that windows
they
been
were, when we came here, they were here in that
there.
storage
That's what-
room.
I talked to the people.
And the guy was here cleaning the storage unit, or storage room out.
There was a-
And he
window
gave them to him and said,
and a market.
don't open the box, and you
We
can
got
have
the
them.
card at the end.
And so Timmy took them and opened the box and like,
Yep.
But anyway, he said they came from New Orleans, somebody dropped them off on the doorstep, and they had some bad voodoo about
There
them.
was another guy.
Yeah,
that sold
I mean-
furniture.
But it was the same day that Timmy's
The guy
mom
that
had passed away.
originally died
So I felt like it was a sign from her
for dollhouses.
for me to take them.
Yeah.
But he said that we couldn't give them back once he opened the box.
This was about 3 or
And I
4
still got the
years
box in there.
That makes sense.
But it's her
But
and
we got
her.
some
They could definitely have an attachment for
Yeah,
sure.
and he said, do not open the box.
I mean, New Orleans has a lot of
So, I mean,
history.
y'all could open any of that up, anything you want to get out or whatever, do anything with it.
Itself active?
But yeah, her and her.
Or is it just like something
Wow.
upstairs? Is active?
That's
I
crazy.
told that thing one day, we was up
If
there.
you open the box, don't
Oh, I
you
ain't been
dare.
there for a while.
Don't
Give it
think
back.
about giving back.
No.
And I bet it went 5 minutes later, I went down there and got that ball went right down there. Sometimes it makes a believer out of you. This was our first experience with balls. We're sitting right there. This was our first experience of having beach balls.
Yeah.
The moon was in this doorway right here. This was before.
Something I said about you.
This was before that. Where that the steps up here.
I told him about the dolls. The voodoo,
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
voodoo dolls.
I guess I give
Okay.
to you. He said they came from there. He said you can't give them back.
Just the two. So I still got the box they came in. It's the one the pink
The one on each side.
Mm-hmm.
These two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you
I
want
said,
to open it up and take them out,
Oh yeah.
you can,
You
whatever
do
you
whatever you
want
want.
I don't know if I'm going to get that friendly with them.
Well, hey, I took him out and Grace said, "Oh, God, I like them." I said, "Yeah, I know you would." Hey, this is something else that you want to see these right here.
to. They're all death
I
certificate.
don't know. You
Oh,
open
are
it.
they?
How you open it, Grace?
It might be locked. I'll have to get the key.
What are the pamphlets?
They're death certificates from
Oh, no kidding.
Funeral home.
Funeral Home of Corners.
And they've got pictures of the pictures of stuff.
Oh
I
wow.
can open it up.
Yeah,
I wanna-
Grace
yeah,
opened
I
it.
wanna-
Get some.
I want to see.
Hey, we were going on a ghost trip.
That is
and
pretty cool.
One of our
That's-
members brought
That's
them,
pretty cool.
and we was reading them on the way to the.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have something to do for
Yeah.
5-6 hours. You know what I mean? So we were. Hey, look at this one right here.
Some of them got pictures in
What's
them.
that tapping?
Huh?
It was just tapping. It was.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nothing.
I didn't hear it.
It sounded like it came from back there, but up. I don't know.
Well, there's nothing up right there. I tell you
It's
that.
I didn't hear nothing.
There's nothing above that or here.
Well, there is a log thing up here, but we've never been in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. But to get in it, you go down those steps, but you can also get in it from the one room.
From the storage room.
Yeah, but it's just an empty spot.
The viewers who hate dolls are gonna love this
Oh,
place.
I know. We have some viewers that watch us routinely,
Yeah.
and they don't like dolls. I love this stuff.
This is Grace's latest one. Was that right there? Did she send you the one with the little girl on the porta box says, "What is that?"
I put it on
No,
Facebook.
I don't think I saw that one.
Okay,
Grace
it's on
had
my,
showed you
it's
yet.
on my page, but
Okay.
the day that we were up here kind of moving stuff around, he didn't feel good, so he was sitting in there, and I was in there, and you know how like you feel somebody in there? I'm like, so I got the porta box set down, and as soon as I did, it said, "What is that?" It was a little girl. She said, "What is that?"
Yeah.
So whether it was a doll, but we've had a kid before that, so.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, she's pretty interesting.
And as far as names, we know David.
David,
But
her,
then we've gotten
somebody says,
Thomas and Charles and
and Sarah.
Sarah.
A little girl, a group came and said that the little girl's name was Sarah.
Okay.
We don't know if it's people just
We don't have any documentation on
passing by.
Sarah.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are they permanent residents here, or are they just I'm gonna just go
Drifters.
through?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now when we moved here,
Oh yeah.
this axe was, it was kind of strapped
It's
up here
set above right
somehow,
there, so
so
when
if you
somebody
open
opened the door,
it
it
would fall
fall
on
on
you.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No.
They were
Thing in the
they were
game.
kind of paranoid.
The guy had the door like, where he could lock it either way, and he had this inside of
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
The spear was sitting inside the
So I don't
door.
know
Oh, it's got a spear on both sides.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was scared or what.
I'd say probably.
But you can go in that room right there, but when you lock yourself in, you couldn't get out.
No, shit.
There's no door there.
He was locked
But you
in
lock
there.
yourself on the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get out because I put the hasp and everything
Yeah,
on
we
it.
put that on keep it right in the auction and stuff.
But when you lock the door, it turned it around. It was on the inside.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'd say a little
And
paranoid.
then upstairs,
And this right here is.
we get a lot of cat ball activity. We were up here the other day and there's a lot of cat ball
I
activity.
was telling, I saw that one video you sent me that the ball come down the stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is it right here. And at times, both of them come down.
Yeah. We get a lot of activity up here. When you're up here, you hear people walking downstairs.
Mhm.
The cat ball. One lady was up here one night in the middle of the night, and I think
Looks like the Exorcist girl.
Great, amazing.
That looks like the girl from the movie The Exorcist.
it is.
Okay.
It's supposed to be
Is that
what
what
it
you-
is.
okay.
What about this right here? Where's that from?
Well, that one's Halloween.
Yeah.
That's not her, but it's supposed to be like the girl that was getting ready and
You know,
said, "Oh,
combs her
Paul."
hair. And sings old Paul before she gets in the car and he gets her.
Yes. Yes.
When
Yeah.
I
Paul,
bought her, I
Paul, her
thought-
boyfriend, she's singing about him. Yeah.
I thought she looks like her, so
Yeah.
I made her to look like her.
Oh, that's perfect. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie- That's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
The
it's
whole,
great.
whole series,
Mine too.
except for 3. Halloween 3 was awful. So
Yes.
Yeah.
it shouldn't even. They just need to like get rid of it.
I can't remember what they
It
have
didn't
said.
fit the whole series.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
But no, we had a bunch of activity the other night. That girl asked the ball to go off on the bed. It did.
The group we had up
She
here,
asked
I
that to
took
go off.
the tripwires and I put it
Yeah.
around the table. And they were asking questions. That thing would go round and around, and the cat ball would go off on the bed, REM pod, and the K2 meters, and they, like I said, they thought that was, they said it was great. But it would only go off. Nobody was sitting in this chair right here. There was 3 of them sitting up here, and it would only go from this chair to that chair. And
Okay.
go back like that.
So it's just going around them.
Yes.
Yeah. There should be some video. I put them on Facebook.
Okay.
So
And we used the track light.
yeah, just got that.
We just got that, and I put it up down there, and Grace said, I'm going to go wash my hands.
I went to the bathroom.
Or went to the bathroom, and as soon as she went through there, that thing just followed her all the way down through
wow.
there. I said, Grace, they're coming with you.
That's a good watch. We just bought it. We only used it once. It's the, what was it? It was called the Trace Wire. wasn't
Trace
it?
wire. Tracer or
Yeah, Tracer.
So you said you did let the neighbors know we would be here
Yeah.
all night in case they
just
see
that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
flashlights or lights. Or
Oh yeah, he won't do nothing. He's gonna get out.
He's great.
He might be drinking
Hey,
a little bit.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
It's Friday.
Hey, he watches the place. You know, something gang goes on, he will call. I'm telling you what, he's great. I've known him forever.
Those are the kind of neighbors you like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for letting me know, Tim. That's not a problem.
Let's go over and have a beer with them.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
And Aaron right here
68 right now. This about what we maintain.
That's why you got it first in it. That's this air. Air was a lower end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was my mistake. At first you put y'all on lower.
So you guys are open tomorrow, right, for business?
Yes.
So when do
We'll
we
get up
need
here
to
at
be out of
we'll
your
get up
way?
here like 12 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
then we'll
we'll
be
get-
out.
And I'll be honest, you don't even have to go if you don't want to.
No, y'all
You can
stay
lock
here.
all your stuff in the room.
Okay.
Or whatever you got.
And if
It-
y'all
it's-
I don't
wanna-
want to be in like your guys' way.
Oh, you're not gonna be in our way.
we'll be in there and they'll walk through here to go to
Go
the
to the
bathroom.
bathroom. But I mean, if y'all want to like go in David's room or the house, you can shut the door, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, y'all don't have to go. It's whatever you want to do.
We'll probably run around town and see things.
Here's our
Check
best
stuff out
thing.
for a while.
Our cameras here. We watch people come from the auction and go to the bathroom. You'd be amazed.
How they just stop and stare
You
at
know
it.
how them.
Oh, they'll jump when they
talk
get
to
right here because one guy thought that I was here. I hadn't got here yet. And he jumped. He thought somebody, like I had said his name. I think they said, hey.
Said, hey.
Oh,
But we
you
caught
heard
it on the camera, yeah. And then we have another guy that come to here one day, and he got right here, and he said something over to that
Yeah.
dog. But we never asked him what he said because we didn't know, because we had one guy would never come back.
Yeah.
He was in the bathroom one
Yeah,
day.
he went there, him and his wife bought some stuff. He was coming to wash his hands, take a piss. He went in that bathroom. He said, Timmy, I wash my hands. If you look on the toilet, you got a button in the back and a button in the front.
Yep.
He said, I went down there to touch it. I got 6 inches away from him. The button went down, the toilet flush is zipped up, got the hell out of there.
And he never come back.
Dang.
He didn't come back.
And his wife on Tuesday came and picked stuff up. He sat in the car.
Yeah, he ain't coming back
He
in.
would not come in.
He wouldn't come in.
Nice.
Well, we get lots of it here. People have been sitting here and heard like whistling, just all kind of stuff happens in here too.
We do a lot of stuff in here because most of them, bigger groups, and or some of them will go in there. But a lot of right here where I have the trace wire from there down to there, and Grace was going to the bathroom, and she walked right there, and that light went red and followed the whole damn thing.
That's our first night using it.
This is our best in here.
This is the one I saw that one orb that she sent. That was
Yeah.
a really good one because it looked like it came from.
Well, last night
From
was,
back there,
Last night was
this
really
way.
active up here.
Yeah.
This camera went off like 50 times last night. We have 2 guys that come here and they get a bunch of activity back
It's
here.
right here.
They'll be here tomorrow night if y'all want to talk to them. When you're around.
I'm gonna tell you, we go to a lot of places like y'all do. We've been doing, Grace been doing this since 2009.
Yeah.
I've drove 10 hours, I've drove 12 hours, I've drove everywhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you go to a place and they'll say, well, this is what happens and this is what happened, this is what I told Grace, if we're gonna do something like that, we're gonna show them proof. We're gonna video it, and that's what you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Then if you wanna come, it's not like a
It's
car
not
lot.
just a story.
It's not a car lot.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna
exactly.
tell you I got this car here.
Right. Right.
Now
This-
these
this is what
mirrors were
happens.
here when we got here. It used to be a yoga place at one time.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
AKA strip joint.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell them during the auction, I
They
say,
teach
hey,
them how to work the
hey,
pole.
if shit don't start selling better, we're bringing down the brass poles right here. Let's start getting on it.
But there's one group that came here. They're like,
$20.
they're like, oh no mirrors, and we're like, no, we didn't put them here. They were already here.
It's actually cool though. I like it.
Yeah.
They said, Timmy, what do you know the mirrors for? I said, hell, I got twice as many people in here.
Now we have a bag that's sitting in the team room. I left it in there, but one day it was on the table, like right in this area during the auction, and it actually fell off the table and was landed way over there.
Oh, wow.
So of course I bought it. Yeah.
Sometimes I make the auction crowd for believers.
And then we had this chair fall before during the auction. The girl that writes down was about where you are, and he was over by that bucket. Nobody was around, and the chair actually fell and it landed over
Phil
here.
went back right there.
What?
Yeah, during the auction, and our people witnessed that.
They said, Timmy, what in the hell? I said, well, hell, just roll on with it.
Just go. Yeah.
Timmy said it was his mom.
Yeah. My mom used to write down for me, she passed away.
And that
Mom
was
never,
her chair.
never got to see the building.
Oh, okay.
She's seen the other buildings that I had. I've been doing it for 22 years.
Okay.
And she never got to see this building. She was,
Wanted
she had lung
to.
cancer. She wanted to, but she couldn't have enough oxygen to come in here.
Okay.
So, but that was her chair she rode down in.
And then we had a piece of jewelry one night that was back
Yeah.
here, and one of our customers was walking through here, and he got it about right here, and he said that piece of jewelry just jumped off the table. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think,
But first people wouldn't tell us. Now tell them if something happens, come
Yeah.
and tell us. Let
Yeah.
us know.
Yeah.
And they
you know,
do.
it's our 3rd year of this place. And after a while, people, they open up to you more.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, I'm going to tell you what happened, but please don't think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
We've had a couple people that's done that.
I've
but
had
now-
people come to
We
me
won't.
and say that exact thing.
We
You're gonna
won't
think
think
I'm
you're
crazy. I'm
crazy.
like, no, I'm really not.
Okay, here it is right here.
Now this witch,
Right there.
she goes always she wants to. If there's usually, you see she's off an Allen all the time, but now
Is
she's.
she on a sensor? of
No.
some sort?
No.
No, you walk around, you do whatever you want to do to her. When she wants to go off,
If she likes it,
goes
she'll
off.
go off. And we have
Love
this one
that.
guy now, there's
Okay.
a preacher that
I
comes
believe you,
in,
no censor.
she goes off on him.
Yeah, Darren come through her. Now he does this right here when he goes by her.
He's a
I
preacher.
said, what are you doing? You close your eyes and say a prayer on the way so she don't go off? No, Timmy, I'm like, I watched him. I said, I have watched him.
Over here. Then we got a lady that usually goes off on.
Yeah.
So, but usually if you push the button on her, that's why I got a thing for kids not to touch her. You push the button and she'll
Her
go
button's
off.
on her arm right here. This is where her button's at, right
Oh,
here.
okay. Okay.
That's where her button's at.
We got
Use
her
the blue
from,
lawyer. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Of course, y'all are believers like we are.
Yep.
Grace could take her phone and show her a picture of somebody and put that
well,
phone
no,
up there
just,
to her.
it was just of Alan, but,
Just of Alan. Alan used to be her favorite. My friend Alan's right here. Alan's in our group. He's right here.
but now she don't go off on him as much. As she
He's
used
right
to.
here. There's his wife, Susan.
Okay.
Now, if you have both of them in the picture, she won't go off. She don't like Susan. So you got to crop her ass out of it and just show her Alan
Yeah,
on it.
Susan one day was like, that's my
And you
man.
take it and put it up right here to her, and she'll go off.
Yeah, but
That's
Susan one day
crazy.
Susan was
That
like,
is
that's,
crazy.
that's my man. You better leave him alone.
But like tomorrow during the auction, there'll be Darren, Jeff,
And then Gary.
Gary,
And maybe
Gina,
Alan.
and come
Does
by
she have a
here.
name?
Andrew might come by and do it. It'll go off when you walk by.
But the only people.
Does she have a particular name, or you just call her the witch?
No, they were
Alice.
calling her something, but I named her Alice.
Alice?
I found that scar. And I was like, you know what, her name was Alice.
Okay.
But she is so,
Nice to meet you, Alice.
and I don't want to say peculiar, but isn't it odd? I mean, I have 100 people or so in here.
Yeah.
And they'll walk past and I can name down to 5 or 6 when she goes off. Who's going to come through it?
She don't go off for
No.
us. We go through, she don't go off for us or nothing.
Yeah.
She's
Now
going
she,
off
now
if
she
I-
will Grace.
If
When
I'm
she's doing right here,
working,
she's doing something. She's putting this up right here. Grace said,
don't bother me.
"Please don't go off on there. I can't get it to go off."
It scared the crap out of me. But when we got it, I think it's a
Well, I see
man.
Alice on the thing.
I think it's a man because when we got it at a warehouse, we went for other stuff and it was sitting on the pallet in the middle of the floor. And we asked the lady about it and she said it didn't work and it belonged to her husband that had passed away. And he had, how did he die?
He had cancer. He got rid of the cancer and died of COVID.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
He didn't
no.
die. No, because we had that before COVID.
Whoa.
He had something else. There was a fire. No, he had cancer. Survived cancer, but he burned in a fire.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't COVID.
It was
because
something like I know he
we had
survived something.
her before COVID. We had her.
Yeah.
We had her for like 6 years.
Okay.
And she said, you know, she was just getting rid of all the stuff. And she's like $15. And I'm like, man, I'm taking her. So we took her apart and put her in the car.
Heck yeah.
And so we think there's really a man attached to it.
Okay. I
Because
mean,
she
but
said
she only goes off if she has a cat that's beside her.
but we got the dog out right now.
We got a dog. We swap and give her a dog.
Somebody brought her
Give
a
her a
dog.
cat. We give her a big skeleton dog. Give her a good skeleton sheepdog or whatever she wants, you know. But when people come by, she's I don't know if it's a voodoo somebody got on them or something or what it is. But they'll go by and she'll
That's
go
what he
off.
calls them voodoo.
Yeah.
I see must have some of that voodoo going on with you.
But people's, I mean, there's been all kind of stuff happening here. So we
Well-
usually investigate right here. We'll hear people mimic, like one of our workers, or hear, like he'll be, like Alan was sitting there one day and he heard Timmy holler for him down in David's room
You know where David room at? And then he was eating a sandwich.
from Jimmy
And he
John's.
said, Grace said, he said, what are you doing? He said, well, Tim Holly's coming right here.
I said, no, you
Me and
didn't.
Kay were way down there in the other room right there when I said that to him. During the auction 3-4 weeks ago, I watched his mouth and he said 5. I looked at him and said, what you say a lot was? He said, I didn't say nothing. And they said 5 and Kay heard him too. And I watched him in his mouth when he was turning around.
You said his mouth didn't move.
No, his mouth didn't move.
Oh, that's what I'm
I
saying.
was watching him and I was watching his mouth and they said 5.
But then another time, the same night, I was sitting here and Alan was on the other side of this window selling chairs. And he said, just sell this chair. We always sell choice. But Alan said, no, Timmy, just sell this chair. Well, later on, he didn't even say that. Because we thought it was odd. So it mimics us, our voices.
Okay.
So you
That's
may hear him
interesting.
tonight holler for you.
And
And
it's
he may
not
not
him.
really holler. Yeah.
All right.
Electronics.
Yeah, it messed with your electronics.
Electronics is the worst thing in
We
here.
had one group that came here, when they left, they had nothing.
The Grim
Oh,
guys
wow.
and the other group,
It was a grim guys.
I had nothing. They erased every damn thing that they
Their
had.
stuff wouldn't work.
We broadcast most of ours
Ours is
live
live.
on Facebook, so
Okay, good.
you know, hopefully it'll stay on Facebook and not just vanish
Dwayne
overnight.
was out there at that table after the auction one night. His phone started playing Bike Street Boys or some kind of shit.
No, he wouldn't even, you know.
And I said, what in the world? I said, what the hell do you listen to? He said, what the hell are you talking about? I said, your goddamn phone's going on. I said, playing the Bike Street Boys.
Yeah, what the hell's that?
But no, it
He's
was
an Indian guy. He didn't listen to Bike
You
Street
listen to
Boys.
that too?
It
But
does weird
he
things.
said, look at here. And he got his phone out. He had to go through 5 things to get that to turn off. And he had it in his back pocket and everybody. It's
But yeah, weird things happen to your electronics here.
batteries. It's just odd stuff. People always tell me, said, T-Man ain't it's on it because of all the stuff. I said, well, that's kind of odd. I said, it's only in here for about 3 or 4 days after Saturday shit's gone. But I bring it back next to the Sunday. I bring it back again.
Okay.
What are you liking that?
I mean, I'm just hearing
Yeah.
a lot of shit.
Yes.
I honestly think, you know that little
Just
doll
a
that laughed
lot
at
of
us when we
shit.
walked around
Yeah.
that thing? When you were just telling me a second ago about what you're saying, I thought I heard it.
That's
I
what I
mean,
know.
you hear stuff up here. I'll be up here by myself. The first time I was up here by myself, well, it wasn't the first time, but we were up where I was up here by myself, and it was like a Monday, and I was up here putting stuff on the table, and I was right here, and I seen something over in that doorway, and I heard it say, come here. Boy, I left. I didn't even turn the light off. I called my mom, and she's like, you can't run from it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
No.
Black and white photos.
Then you know what she said?
Gulliver's Travel.
My mom already passed away, and I said, I tell you one thing. I was one mean bitch here. You don't have nothing to worry about. My mom will take care of you. And that's what she thinks right now. She said, Faye always take care of me.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
well, Faye will take care of me. She won't let nothing hurt me up here, so.
But yeah, it's a.
Yeah, when you're in here, sometimes you'll hear the bells on the door ring.
Okay.
You
Or
will
You're
hear
at a lot.
They rang
Yeah.
last night
Like somebody
when we were
coming
here.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we put some up back there, and I can't really say that I've ever heard
I don't
them
think we've heard them yet.
go
But
off.
we've heard them all
But
the
them right
time.
there, that one in the back of that door right there,
Okay.
you'll just be up here and you're just here.
And then when going into David's room, hanging on that little string, you'll hear
Yeah.
that one.
And the best thing in here, when you turn these lights out, when it's dark outside, it's dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see.
This is, I can't see from my face dark.
Nice.
But is there anything else you want to know?
No, I mean, that's
Okay, what about eating? What do you like to eat?
I don't know. Now you got the Jimmy John's across the street. We're going over there and get a bite.
That-
Jimmy
that's
John? We don't like Jimmy John.
No.
I ate there one time. I just,
No.
We used to
I'd
get
rather drive 20 miles on a
Now I tell you what, we would go, sometimes we get pizza from Papa John.
Yeah.
And we'll sit in David's room and eat and talk to him, and I think he likes that.
Okay.
pizza. Papa John's right
Papa
there.
John's just down the road, isn't it?
Yeah, Old Hickory's in that alley right there. McDonald's is right down the road. If you want barbecue, if you go out 54, there's a place called Old South.
But this gas station, I probably wouldn't go on that gas
Yeah,
station.
yes.
The one next door?
Yeah,
We've been in there before.
just,
What's
It's
wrong?
not the
It's
cleanest.
clean?
yeah.
No.
Okay.
You know,
No.
I don't care.
Well,
It makes no
Susan
difference.
went there one day and got a
Right.
fountain drink,
Yeah.
and black stuff floating in her drink.
Yeah,
So
so-
I just,
Ooh.
I tell people don't order to the gas station.
No fountain drinks next door then.
Got it.
I would go down to the Shell
Hey,
station.
Hickory,
before we
just
go
drive
on.
down the road a little bit. There's a nice Shell station down there, or you go down by turn by Hart. There's a 5-star on 231.
Okay.
You go down there, and they got.
Yeah, we just don't never get nothing from over there.
Put us. We've been here 3
I'm
years.
okay with that.
I went over one time.
No, thank you.
And I did not. I haven't been back over since getting a drink. I'd rather drink spit out my mouth.
Well, I never had a drink over there, Susan did, and it had black stuff in it. So like, nope.
So when you guys close up tomorrow?
As soon as it's over, we'll leave, and if
Yeah.
it's like over at 6:30 or 7, we'll be gone.
Yeah.
As soon as it's over, we'll just leave.
Yeah.
So sometimes they don't run it. I saw your time was open till like 9 or whatever.
Oh, no.
They don't always run that way.
No.
You don't take me.
And sometimes maybe 7, but just.
Honestly,
depending.
about 7 o'clock.
But this
7
week, we
o'clock
don't have a
Tuesday.
lot of furniture, so.
Okay.
I've had nights I do it for 2.5 hours. I'm done.
Yeah.
It all depends how it flows. You know what I mean?
True.
And some nights at 6:30, I look around and I say, "Shit, ain't none left. Let's
So,
go."
whenever it's, we'll just quit and go on. But we
I
catch a
told my
lot
mom stuff here.
we catch a lot of stuff here. Now, this door here one night, something happened to this door, didn't it? Well, and nothing happened. He thought it,
Yeah.
no, it was shut. He thought it
showed-
open.
showed up.
And he thought
That's the other bills over here. Now, if you want if you want to investigate in there, you can shut this door right there, or if you're gonna do it in here, you shut that door, and it makes it maybe more soundproof or
Okay.
or
No, we
what
usually-
you know what I mean?
We're investigating there. We usually keep this door shut.
Okay.
But you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. And the
Okay.
lights for in here are all these.
Okay.
Yeah.
None of the ones on the
The
top.
top
They-
switches are the receptacles.
Yeah, for the receptacles.
Okay.
So it's just all
Took
these.
us about 3 months to figure that out. All around the walls.
All over.
They got switching for receptacles. What the hell is all that shit for? Anyway, we had something plugged in with a glade thing. And glade, when the thing, that light went off and on, I said, Grace, I know what it is. Them switches are for receptacles on the
Yeah.
wall.
So that's for that. And,
Holding them on.
Yeah.
but yeah, but anything you need to know. If you want to use my cameras, you can, or if you want me to turn them off, I can turn them off.
You can leave your cameras on.
Okay.
You can go ahead to the TV and you can watch them.
Oh, you guys got them set up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did last night. We watched him lay on the bed. That's how we knew that something had touched him, because we went back and watched it.
Yeah, he was lying right here.
Yeah.
And with the left foot, he said, I said, the warm come right there, go to it, then it leads to the left out of it, says, something just touched my left leg.
Is that that room?
No, that's outside. I know, that's odd.
I lost my glasses now.
I mean, this is, I don't know, this is kind of odd. You know what I mean? I mean, this is
Here it is
odd.
right here. Oh, no, that's not, hold on, we're gonna find it.
Yeah, there you are, right there.
Must be this one. I don't have my glasses on.
There he is.
See how it came
So
from
anyway,
there.
Grace, we have them all set up on the Roku thing, and you can go to them and
You just use
Oh yeah, there it is.
And it touches his leg,
and
and you'll see it go back
the auction time is really
to the wall.
the best time. But it's funny.
Yep.
You watch it and you see people in a car.
See anything? Something touching my lower left leg.
That's
So that was last night.
Crazy.
I know, so I forgot I lost my glasses somewhere. So if you see how it comes.
Oh, I see it.
And if you watch it go back here in a minute, come up this way.
Yeah.
It goes back.
See anything? Something touching my lower left leg.
And so we caught it. But yeah, you can just,
That's pretty good.
this remote here kind of controls it. Whichever room you're in, just
Okay.
throw down. This is a bag that was sitting in the room that night that fell off the table in there.
Okay.
The other team that was here one time, they packed it back there and they said it fell off the table. Which they never did send us any proof of it or whatever.
There's a
Right.
little guy right there. They were the green guys.
Okay. We'll leave a card up there.
But I told Grace when I was doing it, I'm not a hearsay guy. I'm not, I mean, you can tell me whatever you want. I'm not going to know.
Yeah.
I told Grace, if you're going to do this, you're going to show proof. We're going to show videos or nothing.
Right. Right. That's why we like to do ours live.
Yes.
So if something's going to happen, whoever's watching, they're going to see it when we see it. Or
Yeah.
maybe they'll see it or hear it and we
Yes,
don't.
that's right.
You know?
We've had
We
people do
do
that.
ours when we go somewhere and go live.
Yeah.
We have say 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I think, how the fuck you stay up late to go work next day? I know, we just can't help it. We just want to watch.
I don't do them when I got to work, but
But it's pretty interesting, you know. You sit back, it's a different set of eyes.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But
We love it when people are watching and
Yeah.
even when they're like commenting and stuff
Yes.
on there, because like I said, they may hear or see something that we don't. And then we have a few that watch along with us and they kind of contribute. Like they may say that, you know, hey, I sense this. Like we've got one medium that lives in Illinois and she watches our stuff a lot. So she tries to help out.
Well, that's good.
Then we just have some others who will just like throw a question out there.
Yeah.
And if we see it, then, you know, we'll ask that question for them.
Yeah.
We did a podcast sign up for a guy, and we was on his podcast, and we was talking about paranormal stuff and this, that, and the other. And I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you the strangest thing about paranormal activity. Grace will get an EVP or the camera and catch something. She'll send it out. She said, we know what we think we hear. Could you tell us what you think you, and you have 5 different responses.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, that's absolutely amazing. How your different ears hear different things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because here's my first thing. When I first hear it, I'm a first instinct guy. Whatever I hear first, that's just what I say.
Well, he
Yeah.
never heard or seen anything
Yes.
till about since the end of January.
Yeah.
He never would see or hear anything.
I flatlined twice for 5 minutes at a time. And so I had to get a pacemaker put in. And ever since then, I can see things, I sense things.
I'm here
I hear whatever Grace hears now.
Yeah.
And I see whatever Grace
He
hears.
used to think I was crazy.
Here's my highlights of my 10 years of paranormal activity. Was this picture right here. We're doing a cemetery right there, and it was haunted by a miner, and there's a miner behind me.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's
there
in
is.
Lancaster. It's
That's in
about 10 minutes
Lancaster.
from here.
Holy shit.
And that was my other one is, I'm doing an EVP section. I got a mag light on a tombstone, and I'm saying, hey, can you turn this flashlight on? And something goes. Right there, and I got a flashlight in my back pocket. You got to push the button.
Yeah.
And I see that question. I look around. I see the light up right there. I said, I mean the one on the tombstone, not the one in my back pocket. That's my highlight right there. That's all I
That's
got.
great.
Right?
That's great.
Yeah.
Now that piece of wood fell one night when we were in here. There was 4 of
Yeah.
us in here, and it fell.
Now we have been eating after the auction. We'll go after the auction. We usually all go out and eat somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be out. And Grace gets lunch on her phone when something happened, and we had come back eating because it sounded like this,
Like something fell.
like bookcases have failed. And this, that, and there come out, and ain't a damn thing wrong.
It's fine.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
last night we
insane.
were doing that podcast and we heard like
Yeah.
something fall. They didn't hear it, but I did. But they didn't hear it. But I mean, you may hear something fall, like you take a picture fell, and you'll come, you won't find nothing out of place.
Huh.
That's great.
Grace used the bathroom and back behind that room right there. She heard metal pans hitting together while she was in the bathroom.
I posted that on Facebook too. Yeah, I was here by myself that night. I didn't go back in there check it out either. I decided no.
Yeah.
But we hear a lot of noise. I mean, this. We hope you get what we get.
Yeah,
That's the best.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, usually, I would say usually, like, sometimes you go somewhere and you're there all night, 2
Oh,
nights,
I
sometimes like that. And if you just get 1 or 2 things each night, it feels like it made the trip worth it.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know?
And we've been in some places and not got nothing. And we've been some places
Yeah.
we get so much, we'll go back the second time we don't get nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say what place
Two
we went to.
places
One
like
place, it was absolutely great.
Yeah.
They got sick. Me and Susan did not.
Yeah.
They couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. And they said, there ain't no damn way we're going back. A year and a half later, we're going back.
Yeah.
So we go back again. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
This is my 9th year doing this, and I've only gotten sick somewhere. Like, I didn't get sick to throw up, but I
Yeah.
got sick to my stomach.
Yeah, no,
Like, I felt bad, and I had to get out of the room I was in. That's only happened to me one time.
Grace and
For 9
Alan
years.
and Dwayne, we got in the van. The farther we got away from the house, they're all like, well, when he came back, he had to watch cartoons and videos, funny videos, to get out of the sorrow that was.
Yeah.
Funk, yeah.
It was absolutely insane.
I've gotten, like, dizzy a number of times. Nothing like where I was, like, I felt sick to my stomach. And that was last year at the Rotary Jail when we went there
Oh yeah.
in Crawfordsville, Indiana. If you ever get a chance to go do that.
Yeah, we've been there.
Have you?
No, we haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah, go to that.
And what's it
That's
called?
pretty good. The Rotary Jail
Yeah.
in Crawfordsville.
No. we haven't
So
been
there used to be like 16, 17 of them across the country at one time. Now there's only 3 left, but the only one that still actually functions is the one in Crawfordsville, Indiana. So it's pretty cool, and they'll run it for you. Like, it's all cranked, it's all done by hand, and they'll crank it so you can see it, and you can go down the basement and go under it and watch it go around.
Huh, that's wild.
I got videos and stuff of all of that on our page, and it's pretty cool. We spent 2 nights at the Rotary. And we actually thought the sheriff's residence that's attached to it was more active than the jail itself.
Huh.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
we've never heard of that. Let's check that
But
out.
we're gonna go back and do that again. And I got an interview coming up with the team that runs the jail forum,
Mm-hmm.
that paranormal team that runs.
Well, that's really took it off, ain't it? You know, back years ago,
Yeah.
Grace started about 2009, and back in the day, right there, it was always this whoever owned the place.
Mhm.
Now it's, well, I have such and such group take care of it for me, and this,
Yeah.
that, and the other. You got to
Yep.
get contact with them, and this, that, and the other. And we went to ones they have to sleep outside. They stay outside the car, or
Yeah.
they stay. Now, see, I personally, and
Don't
I don't
like
know how
that.
y'all feel, but I personally do not like staying at a place when they stay inside in a room.
We'd agree.
So I did one like that one time, and yeah, I'm 100% with you.
We'd
on that.
agree.
And I'm not gonna name the thing because we're
Oh, I
live. I don't want to call them out, but yeah. So she was like, "Well, I'm gonna stay in this little room off to the
Yeah.
side," and I was like, "All right." I was like, "Do you mind if we look in there?" And she was like, "No, that is my room." And she took it real like offensive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, just asking." I didn't want to say, "Well, I don't know what kind of gadgets you got in there
Yeah.
that set off something throughout the house."
Yes.
Like,
That's right.
but you know, just left some skepticism.
Well,
Yeah.
that was always my theory.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand. Well, here's a prime
And
example.
I get the safety
Hey,
aspect, like they're
Post
watching out for
Town
their
Elementary.
place, but
I think that's a great place.
Yeah.
Now, let people live there. You know what? That's okay. They live in a building that's just adjacent to it, but that's
He don't
it.
never bothered nothing either when we've been
You know, but some of them places, I don't know, man. Like they
Yeah.
stay in that room and you get all these video cameras and
or they got speakers on the walls.
Yeah,
and you're
and-
like,
Yeah, I don't
what
like
are
that.
they saying?
I don't
Right.
like that.
Right.
And then we went to one place and the lady stood right outside the window in her car all
Yeah.
night. Or outside the door.
She sat in her car by the door.
Wow.
I said,
Oh, I
God. But I'm just not a firm believer. I just don't.
Yeah, you don't want to leave somebody skeptical.
No.
You know, if they're going to experience something, let them experience it. If they get nothing, they get nothing.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah.
The
I've done
light
that many
switch for-
times.
Oh yeah, I've been through it too.
The light switch for this room is back there. It's kind of
Okay.
hidden. That's why
Yeah.
I put a note up there. Because we had one team here one night and had to call and ask us where the light switch was.
I'm going to tell Matt that there's a young lady sitting in the room wants to talk to him. Let him come in and see her.
That's the
Because
way
at first glance from behind when I walked in here, I thought someone was actually sitting there.
That's the Wynn's girlfriend.
And then I noticed the skeleton legs.
Oh, yeah.
It's from the back. If you don't notice the legs right off the bat,
You actually
it
like
looks
there,
like
yeah.
a real person sitting there. Because the hair and you know.
But like I said, if you want whatever you eat, I mean, everything's really close. Unless you want something particular, I can tell you about where you could. So tomorrow, what are y'all gonna do? You have any interest about going anywhere? Like, what would you like to?
Oh, I don't know. I know Matt looked up other haunted places around Owensboro, and I guess there's plenty of places that have a haunt to them.
You know what he came out with, or
I
because yeah,
actually, I think
there might be a couple that
yeah.
maybe you don't want to go to.
Or not, yeah. I was reading between the lines.
And maybe you don't want to go.
If you want to go to the cemeteries, Lancaster's a good one if the grass ain't high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's
You can
great.
park and walk to it.
Nobody's around,
Yeah.
and man, it's cool.
And then Iron Ore's a good one. I don't know if y'all want to go to cemeteries, but Iron Ore's a real good one.
Sure, no worries, sent me that.
It's about 10 minutes out.
You know, you live in an area, and, you know.
Ben Halls is good if you ride around through there at nighttime, but
Yeah.
I'll have to have him show me that again.
I locked that cabinet. I can't get in. I think I want to lock that one cabinet. I think the keys there, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to have him.
Yeah, we've done some, you know, that.
Yeah, we had thought, if there was other haunted places
Yes,
around, we would
yes.
just go over there and go visit
That's
them.
what we did. That's
And
what we
see
did.
if, maybe we set something up for them, and then we can come back one day and do
I'm
them.
trying to think where it would be. I can tell you, we used to go to cemeteries and stuff. There's really not no. I don't want to say location, and I know there was location. We've done private houses that were
Yeah, we've done a few of
absolutely
those,
great.
too.
Yeah. Those are
I mean,
sometimes the best.
absolutely
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, I paid such and such to go to here and come here for free. I just
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, some of them places, they are expensive.
Well, they're all expensive anymore.
Yeah. I mean, they really want to charge you a lot. One of our favorite locations is the Monroe House in Hartford
Oh
City.
yeah.
Have you been to that one?
Yes.
Yeah. They're still fairly priced. They just raised their price for the first time. So, and they only went up $25 from where they were. And they were the most
Now,
inexpensive
if I
place
ain't
to go
mistaken, the
anyway,
Monroe House, you go downtown, they used to have a speakeasy and jail, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. You can still rent those out too.
Yeah.
But those are more pricey. Somebody else runs that.
But you know they used to
Oh,
be
yeah.
cheaper. You know it was $100 a night, so it was.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like $400 a night now.
Yeah.
The one at Hungry Grace? We went to the
Back
Monroe
about
House
6 years ago.
and we went down to we seen
We
the
walked
person-
around the town.
yeah, the jail and the thing.
Monroe's, they went up to 200. That's it. So,
I
but
like
they
it. I
held
like
it.
that place.
They held it 175 for a long time, which was nice because nobody else was at that. Everybody else was up at 400. And,
Well, I called a place the other day and they went $650 for 5 hours.
what?
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, nope. It was what is the name of the place? I just wrote them yesterday. Farra R School, Farrah School.
Yeah.
You heard of that one? Farrah or something?
I don't know. We just went to one. Well, Matt and I did. He wasn't able to make it. I think you were sick.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut us a deal and gave us 2 nights for one. So I was like, cool.
That's good.
Some of the places just.
Because I made a comment about, some places I didn't call anybody out. It's like some places just get so expensive anymore, you just can't go to them. And so this place reached out to me and said, hey, message me back. And so I messaged them back and they're like, we'll make a deal. We'll give you 2 nights or whatever. Or what they were gonna do is they were gonna give me 1 night for free.
We tried to do
Like,
that in
we'll give you
Iowa.
1 night for free.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, well, that's fair. Since you're gonna do that for me, then we'll pay for 1 night. So basically, we get 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, that's cool. So
When you have a place and after you, I don't know, a lot of people begin to contact. When Grace started posting videos must a lot better word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, they said, hey, can we do this right here? Hey, what about this? Hey, and we had one guy, he said, man, I got 2 haunted places. He said, you ever thought about trading? I said, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. Just let me know when we'll work it out.
yeah,
Yep.
We haven't met him yet. I've talked to him online. We're gonna go see him in May.
it's cool.
So
But it's good that you do it. But, you know, when you like this and people want to come to it, you know, you want to smash the same stuff you do.
Yeah.
You know.
You hope.
Yeah, that's
It ain't up to us though.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the spirit's still not.
It ain't up to us.
Yeah.
And then you go to some place and say, oh, this happens from 9 o'clock to 12 in the
Yeah.
morning. But
Yeah.
Grace gets alerts all day long. I mean, it's just, it's amazing.
Yep.
And I'm not saying it's active all day long. Who knows?
Yep.
But we're up here a lot.
well,
It makes a lot of
when
difference.
I first started, we started coming here. Something wanted me here all the time, and I would always just leave and come here. And my mom one day was like, you know what? That's not a good idea. I'm gonna try to start staying away a little bit. It was like I'd get home and Dave would be like, you need to come back. So then I'd come back. You know, I always want to be here.
Yeah.
But it was always a good. I mean, when Grace started, said, well, let's. And we go to places, like I said, that you have to kick shit out of the way to go in. I just.
Yeah.
And I always thought to myself,
Or no bathroom. You gotta drive to
Yeah.
Walmart to go to the bathroom.
can you not get a broom? Or I mean, I don't know.
Shoot, we went to Monroe last year, and we got there 3 or
Yeah.
4 o'clock, middle of the day, and we had 2 other teammates that were going to join us later. They were coming in later that evening. We started setting stuff up. We put 1 REM pod on one side of the house and 1 on the other, and they weren't sitting there but 5 minutes, and they started going off.
Immediate.
One would go off, and then we would walk that way, and then that one would go
Everybody.
off. So we'd go back that way, and then that one would go off. It was
Yeah.
messing with us.
Yeah.
Monroe House, we had the card in the room
I like the Monroe House.
that you go in, like the outside porch. There was a doorway right here, and there was like a room right here.
Yep.
And this one right here had a chair sitting there, so we put a card on halfway on the chair.
Yeah.
We actually could knock it off. That thing just flipped right off.
Yep.
It was-
I never thought of that using a playing card because it's so lightweight.
yes.
Yeah, we
It'd be
use
easy
those.
for them to knock over. That's a great
That's a
idea.
great idea.
That is a
Yeah.
great idea.
We use those.
The beach balls are good, you know. Like up
Beach
here,
balls, things that are light, balloons.
Yeah.
Balloons,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought about balloons. We haven't used balloons
And
before.
so somebody asked me, so when the balls go down there to me, it's probably because the heat and air is on. I said, well, you know what? You might be right. But when nobody's here, guess what? The heat and air is not on.
We only
Yeah.
try to, we
I am
only
not
come
paying
here
for heat and air when
on
nobody's here.
Saturday- on Friday
You
night.
fend for yourself.
Yeah, we carry. We got like Nerf balls.
Yeah.
They're real light.
Yes.
And if they fall, they don't hurt anything because
Yeah.
they're just real soft. So
We get a lot of
use
kitty
those.
cat balls
We set
here.
those up a lot.
And we take them other places.
We got cat balls.
I
too.
brought,
It may
I
not
brought
so
some
much.
cat balls here in case y'all want to use
Cat
them.
balls seem to be a good
They
one
seem to
for
work
us.
well. Yeah.
But this group,
That
Haunted
one.
Expedition, Grace, that it was? Or was it in between paranormal?
In between.
In between paranormal, so we take cat balls everywhere we go, never had to go off.
Really?
And up here, they had to go off 5 times. That's just the only
Yeah.
place the cat balls ever went off.
Yeah, upstairs.
Now, I don't know, maybe they were older, less sensitive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she said we never had stuff for here. We went off here.
So we have.
Wow.
I didn't bring it this weekend, but we have a kangaroo and
Yeah.
the pouch. We have a cat ball. We put in the pouch.
Oh,
Sounds
that's good.
And we
promisingly
tried to
so.
entice like children.
Lots of
to go
stuff
play with the
happening.
Grace
kangaroo.
does it with dogs. I should. It might be in there right now. I don't know.
No.
But then at Raggedy Ann and that over there, she'll put it in there.
No, the cat ball right now is in there, but I have the dog with the meter on it if
Yeah.
it's working, if y'all want to use.
But we did do the cat ball on that. When no people were leaving last weekend,
Yeah,
last Friday night, we were standing right here. We had a cat ball between them 2
Yeah.
reindeers. We were sitting right here, and Grace was up here. We was telling them
I was
bye.
standing right where you were.
And I looked up right there, something went. As soon as they hit right there, I'm gonna turn around and say, Tim, did you see it? I said, yeah, I hit up there, then went right there and that cat ball.
And I didn't see nothing. I
Grace,
didn't see
Grace
anything.
was turned the other way. But you
I
could
was
see
facing
like
no,
a
I didn't see
street.
nothing.
Hit there and go right there.
Nice.
But it was,
But I didn't see it. Sometimes you see something, sometimes you don't.
That's true.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
that's the worst. Is,
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited. Matt's gonna be thrilled when he gets here. We'll try to repeat as much of what you told us as we
You don't
can.
need to know anything, you just ask me.
And then some of that stuff that goes off, I'm not gonna tell him about, so it'll scare him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And this door, like I said, this screen door, that way y'all can bring your stuff in easier. But we
Okay.
had the heralds and cane.
Yeah, and the big shit out of one door.
You just have to be careful just right down here. I don't think there's nowhere else. But then when you're in here, just
If
like
we,
this, lock
if we
down.
come and go to lock up and get back in, door back there.
Yeah.
with the key.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just move that chair out of your way, and it does both. Let me make sure it does top.
It
bottom.
does.
It does top bottom.
It does.
Well,
And this
it does
door,
one of them.
if y'all, I don't know if y'all smoke, to go out the
Just
door, you
him.
just go right
Yeah.
to smoke, and you shut that, and just lock the screen door back, shut the door, and
Okay.
you wanna listen to
Hey, and if he does,
padlock on it,
now let me ask you a question. Dwayne and Arthur smokes and Susan smokes.
Yeah.
Every time he goes smokes, he says,
you wanna go with me?
"Hey, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. You wanna go outside with me and smoke one?"
No, I don't do that.
You know Tyson will go with you. Dwayne asks him every time.
Listen, I'm trying to power this out so I can get my ass back in here and investigating.
That's what Dwayne will
Dwayne
say.
every time he goes.
So Jimmy John's is gross, huh?
Well, no,
No, a lot of people like it, my daughter
Hey,
loves it.
my daughter, son-in-law, and grandson, he came here today. He said, "Papa, you gonna give me a meat sandwich?" I said, "What the hell are you talking about? Either go over there and give me a meat sandwich." He's 2 years old. I said, "What the hell do you eat over here?" He said, "Meat sandwich."
Meat sandwich?
We just
Got
got a
meat on it.
sandwich one time, the bread was too hard.
Oh,
I don't like hard bread.
yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, they're busy.
But people eat there all the time, so it may be really good.
We might give it a try.
Yeah. Have y'all rated Jimmy John's?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him there.
Okay. So y'all like them? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, y'all might like 'em.
Oh, you like me?
It's okay.
Yeah. I'd rather go to Dairy Queen down there when I get done, get me a blizzard.
Yeah. Bring us some cheese curds and a blizzard. Heck yeah. All right, cool. I'm excited. What do you think, Tyler?
Very excited. Sounds like we will have an eventful evening.
Yeah, don't think what else to tell y'all.
Thank you all for tuning in so far. We will have plenty more, but I think we can wrap this session up so we can bring our shit in
Yep.
and get things figured out. So thank you guys for walking us through.
You're welcome. Hope y'all get as much as we do.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed. See y'all in a little bit.